Good morning, everybody. It is currently 2:33 in the AM. I'm a little tired here. We have a long trip ahead of us, so what better way to do it than let's just go do it. Probably running on like 2 hours of sleep right now. A little tired here, but it's gonna be worth it. Go to Cali soon. Finally, we're here. We've arrived. Yes. This is the first thing that Hendrik takes me to go get, bro. Hold that burrito up to your face right now. It's the size of your head, bro.
It's an unwritten rule when you come to San Diego, you gotta get a California burrito. First thing, doesn't matter.
We just arrived at the Airbnb and this driveway is straight down this mountain, dude. I don't know what. Oh, this is it. Yeah, this is like the carport. The gate? I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Oh.
It's a nice place.
This is where we're staying.
That's for sure your bed.
It's gotta be the bed. I mean, for $2,000 for a month, it's not bad. Okay, they have towels. Lovely. Okay, I didn't bring any towels. And now for the moment everybody's been waiting for. Finally, we are now gonna go pick up the bike that CJ apparently stole.
Yeah, I don't know how, but
yeah, I just somehow broke into where I was keeping the bike over the winter, and then and we have arrived to CJ's home. Hi, CJ. Thank you so much for stealing my bike and keeping it here.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of you.
I was so mean by stealing it and getting you down here.
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, I totally just snuck in one night while you were sleeping, picked it up.
Imagine it was just destroyed.
Locked it out.
5 pieces.
Oh yeah, I wrecked it 3 times.
It's the brainiac.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. No, I didn't actually move to California. This was just something I was joking about for a little bit because, to be honest with you, it was a dream of mine. After my accident, I was being incredibly hard on myself, and I tricked myself into thinking that, oh, had I just moved to California, oh, maybe my accident never would have happened, and I would have never had a bunch of road rash and like a bunch of dumb things. Because the accident felt so pointless and it wasn't like really any lesson to learn from it, I felt like had I just moved out here in the first place, and it would have never ever have happened. Not accounting for the fact that anything could literally happen out here at any time, but I feel a very odd calling to this place. I'm not really quite sure what it is. Could be the amazing weather, could be the amazing roads, could be the really cool people that I know out here. It's so amazing how many people I've met because of these two-wheeled machines. It really is incredible. Around this time last year, I came to California for the first time and I rented a Yamaha MT-07. It wasn't a bad idea by any the stretch of the imagination, but wow, that bike just lacked a lot of power. And so now I'm glad I actually have something that has some kick to it. So I'm going to be in California for like the next month, riding around, making new memories. And I wanted to make this video basically to say, I wanted to get people into motorcycle I almost said terrorism. No, tourism. Motorcycle tourism. Riding your motorcycle around the city is a lot of fun. Around your city, yeah, I mean, it gets old after a few years. I've been riding for 5 years now. Going on 6 years. Oh my God, I'm getting old. I'm going on riding 6 years in like literally a week or so. Oh my God. Yeah, dude, riding around the same city over and over again. Yeah, you're with people and you're making memories and stuff like that. But trying to ride in an area that you have no idea how to ride in is something special. And I highly recommend it to anybody who's trying to get into the sport. And now you guys get to come on a lovely little motorcycle ride with me as we explore deeper into these mountains. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys. This is gonna be so much fun. Cold start. Well, not really cold start. It's kind of mildly warm start. So just so you guys understand what kind of content I plan on filming out here in California, while I do, of course, plan on doing a lot of solo rides just by myself and enjoying myself, there's a lot of things that I know that exist here that I want to share with you. One of the first things being wheelie content. Wheelies on YouTube are something that are, to say the least, frowned upon. You see, what's cool about my bike here in California specifically is I can get away with having a full straight pipe exhaust. Normally, that's completely illegal in California. I'm probably going to dedicate its own whole video to this, but in Ohio, there's no motorcycle exhaust laws, and so you can straight pipe a bike, and in accordance with the law, it's totally legal. And so me being here in California with Ohio plates and Ohio registration, I don't have to conform to California law, or at least emission laws specifically. I still have to obey speeding laws and things like that, but I can get away with that full straight pipe. So we'll see if we get pulled over for that eventually. But wheelies on this bike are of course going to be like a massive thing that I want to get into, but that's something that YouTube usually frowns upon because of guidelines and things like that. And the reason that is because wheelies are technically illegal on the street, and YouTube doesn't want to push illegal content, which I completely understand. There are safe ways to do wheelies, like in full gear, becoming a professional at wheelies, or having professional supervision. So that is something I'm looking into while I'm here in California with one of the best wheelie bikes of all time. I'm going to see if I can try to set up like a little parking lot situation. In the meantime, I'm unfortunately going to switch this out of my normal riding mode, road mode. It has like a smoother throttle response and all the electronics are off, so we're going to switch all the electronics back on because this stretch of road has a very high undisclosed speed limit. I usually don't trust electronics in general, but in this case, I'm just going to turn everything on so that way I'm not tempted to wheelie or do anything crazy. This has been one of my favorite roads here in California. I forget what city that this is in, but this is by Elfin Forest. You guys can already see exactly what I'm talking about out here. This is gorgeous. This is beautiful. As you can see, I don't know these roads very well, so I'm taking it somewhat easy. I have to. I mean, I don't really have a choice. I'm not trying to end up down there. It's a lot prettier from up here, if you know what I'm saying. I'm so tempted to like wheelie like right here, and I want to so bad, but unfortunately I can't while filming. It's just not something that I can do on a public road. Yeah, baby. I'm trying to stay away from the double yellow. Taking it very easy. Again, I don't know these roads. I'm not dragging these super hard on them. But this bike allows me to have a lot of fun, even on public roads. It's not a leader bike, but I'm still pushing limits slightly. And it's a lot of fun. I see cars coming up and down here, just flying, dude. It's crazy. Even though I have my electronics on, I'm still taking it easy on the throttle through the corners. The advantage of this bike being a one-cylinder means that there's a lot of downtime since it's a thumper between power strokes, and so the bike has a lot of time to recover traction even if you're accelerating through a corner. It's just super friendly. This bike is just super friendly to ride. And the pops too. Pops of this bike just make it. I just wanted to show you guys, I wanted to give a second to just show appreciation for the weather here in California. I can be out here in full gear. I am wearing textile, but this is the type of gear, had I worn when I crashed on my Panigale V4, I could have walked away and been totally fine, which is why I'm wearing this type of gear. I am wearing the same leather gloves, or the same type of leather gloves that I wore when I crashed and came out totally fine, at least with my hands. I'm wearing these armored joggers from Raven Moto. Super sick. I'm not sponsored. I paid full price for these. I just think that they're super dope. Yeah! Ah, this thing's awesome. And I'm wearing, of course, these Alpine Star Super Tech boots, which are honestly overkill for a supermoto, but God, this is just one of the best bikes ever made, man. I'm so glad I shipped it out here. I'm a little bit worried about the maintenance side of this bike. I usually get this bike professionally maintained by Ducati of Cleveland, but since I'm out here, I may have to do some of the maintenance myself, including but not limited to tire changes, chain adjustments, and oil changes. Not something I'm looking forward to. But this bike does come with a 2-year warranty, so if anything happens, I'm covered under warranty, and I could take it to Ducati. I think towing is free, so like no big deal. Which is a big reason why I chose to take this bike over my Yamaha, and that's also because of the fact it's a better bike than my MT-07, so that was a big reason for it too. So get air here. I did not. I didn't get air. That's, you know, I didn't do anything illegal. I just accelerated through an intersection. That's not illegal. Just freaking dope, dude. I love this thing. I love motorcycles. I love California. This makes me so happy. The amount of dopamine I have going off in my brain right now. Woo! Yeah! It's so flickable. You can just turn it. I've been telling people, buy this bike, dude. No one listens to me. No one ever listens to me. I swear, I have the best motorcycle opinions ever. No one listens to me, bro. I tell people how it is. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not being paid to say anything ever. Hopefully I can keep it that way so long as good things keep happening, I can continue to do what I do in a free and safe manner. Is that a cop right there? I'm not taking the risk. I was going to cut in front of the cop. That is not a cop. I don't know what cops look like out here in California, dude. It's a little bit weird, all right? I don't know what I'm looking for. It just sounds like more than what this bike is. It's just a little one-cylinder. But it's like boom, boom, boom. Ridiculous. What's cool about riding a motorcycle around a new place that you don't know is you just don't know, bro. And you get that excuse of like not knowing where you are or what you're doing. And so you kind of just, I don't know, I feel like you get a little bit more leeway with the mistakes that you make. That's been my ride on the Ducati Hyper 698. We're obviously going to be riding this bike a lot this week and the next week and the week after that and the week after that. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Yeah, this has been a lovely little motorcycle ride. So we've arrived to this little quaint motorcycle dealership here in Escondido. I'm mainly here just to pick up some basic maintenance items so I can keep this bike running throughout the entirety of the trip. Just some like chain lube, mainly chain lube. Maybe some other stuff if I'm forgetting, I can grab it. And yeah, that's basically what we're here for. This is like the killer Supermoto. This is like the one that pretty sure the Killicam had a few years ago. No, wait, this looks like a two-stroke. I'm not sure. No, this is FS450, never mind. So yeah, this is the Supermoto that Killicam bought a few years ago and actually inspired me heavily to get into Supermotos myself. So huge shout out to that. Yeah, it's only reason I avoided this bike is because of how maintenance intense that they are, and they aren't street legal and yada yada yada. They come with slicks and kind of hard to run on the street, but super cool bike. I hope to own maybe one day. I would love to get to know this bike. So this is the chain lube. This is usually what I would stick with. Not sponsored. It's just that I've been using these guys since I started riding, and I've never had a chain rust out on me. So that's what I stick with. So before I get out of here, I just wanted to point out they do have a 25 V4. The sales guys here are super chill. They were talking to me about this bike. Unfortunately, this is not a set aside like demo model. This is like one of their accessory models. So they're gonna like throw carbon on this bike. Carbon here, like all kind of like the one that they had up at Ducati Cleveland that I was looking at. Obviously, I do have a deposit in on the one back home. Still unsure, kind of like 50-50 if I'm actually going to buy it or not, but you guys will find out towards the end of this trip what decision we actually ended up making. So we got some chain clean and chain lube, so I mean we're going to keep that chain nice and wet, nice and moist throughout the trip. Shout out to this dealer. These guys were actually pretty chill. I don't know Moto Forza, I think. Unfortunately, it's not often you walk into a motorcycle dealership and actually deal with a lot of rude people. These guys were really chill. They were talking to me about Ducatis, about mine. They were talking to me about the new V4s. They seemed like they were really passionate about it. Super cool guys. I'm glad that they're super cool because if I have any problems with this bike over the entirety of the trip, or if I need a new rear tire or like the chain explodes or like something drastic happens, these guys are gonna be the ones to take care of me. So glad that they're chill. Super awesome.
One last little thing I wanted to explain about that. I know there's gonna be a lot of comments being like, oh, why don't you just work on your own bike? Why don't you just, you know, if your tire explodes, why don't you just replace it yourself? It's so easy. Yes, I've replaced a million tires on my bikes before. I've done chain maintenance, replaced chains. Like, I know how to do pretty much every basic maintenance item on a motorcycle that there is. When I packed for this trip, I couldn't fit my entire toolbox in my suitcase. I have absolutely zero tools in order to take care of my bike if something happens. So yes, I think it's very valuable to make friends with the local dealership that is nearby my Airbnb. Yeah, as much as I want to just wing this and pretend that everything's just gonna be fine the entirety of this trip, I'm sure there's gonna be something that happens, so let's just try to be smart about this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys stick around for the rest of this trip. Love you guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.